fossil. But regardless, we're going to be kicking off our winners match over here on Monty Hall, where we're in the top left-hand corner of the map, swinging all the way. And in the top left, we have our blue StarCraft 2 Terran player coming down from the land of Korea. He is, of course, going to be representing his team, Streamer Zone, as well as that clan NWCE. We have HH QuanTa.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Brood War Protoss player. We have South Korean Protoss representing Twisted Minds. It is a classic. And he did not get a chance to play Brood War Protoss in the last series.
Yeah, but now he is, so...
Yeah, here we go. And as you can see here, okay, first things first, you can see you have your main base and you're fully walled in. You're fully walled in with these mineral patches, and QuanTa is opting to mine out through the top lane here, as you have 3 different lanes essentially, and they are fully blocked off from each other. So in a way, it's kind of like a MOBA, where you have these 3 lanes that you can go through, but it's very difficult to rotate between them.
Yeah, which lane are you throwing down your solo laner? Where's the jungle on this map?
True. Where are the creeps?
Where do you send out the Abathur thingies?
Tumor?
Yeah. No, the larva.
Uh-huh. Yeah?
Do you group the Lost Vikings together, or do you split them up?
Yeah, do you farm XP, or do you gank?
Yeah.
Huh?
Or do you focus on the mercenaries?
There you go. As you do see, QuanTa is actually sends out 2 SCVs. Interesting. He demines through the center lane with the SCV on the right-hand side. It might be actually going for a proxy. He's just still trying to figure out where exactly Classic has expanded to. That's the thing here. Does confirm that Classic has not mined through the bottom left, that he has instead mined through the top right instead. So QuanTa confirms where the expansion is, and now he knows where to proxy.
You're really betting on the fact that he proxies. Yeah, I was gonna say.
And there it is.
He doesn't have to, just because he's Terran.
There's a proxy.
He will, though. Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna be a 1-1-1 proxy starport, mate. Something that we have seen from QuanTa on this map. Proxy BC.
Ooh.
Mate, is he crazy?
StarCraft 2 BC? Oh.
No, Brood War BC. Is he crazy enough?
Yeah.
Is he crazy enough to go for a fusion core into BC production? Is he that wild? I don't know. He's not yet. He's floating.
Oh!
He's floating up to hide it.
Yeah, love to see it, to hide it on higher ground, and also will make it completely immune to the Dragoon. No high ground vision.
No high ground vision here. He does float up here onto the high ground. Do have the tech lab on the way. This could also be Cloak Wraith. Instead of Cloak Banshee, this could be Cloak Wraith as well. True. That is another option here for QuanTa.
Wait, can you make Wraiths?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, Banshee. All right. Oh yeah, SC2. Sorry, my brain. I just assumed he was Brood War. I don't know why.
Well, it's because you and I both know just how powerful lockdowns are.
True.
If you get the chance to pick, why would you not pick Brood War?
So my apologies. So yes, Banshee, not Wraith, as it is going to be the Cloak Banshee instead towards the natural. Meanwhile, Classic does move out with his Dragoons. Not just that, but behind this, he's working towards shuttle, towards speed, and he is moving out already here, being a quite aggressive, quite assertive build by Classic.
Yeah, Reaver already on the way, slowly but surely going to be making its way down. QuanTa, I worry for him. He doesn't have too many defenses up yet. He's going to have a tank pretty soon, but 1 tank, 1 Marine, 1 Reaper. I don't think that's going to be enough against all of these... I almost said Disruptors. All of these Dragoons, and eventually 1 Reaver.
Yes, the first Banshee has arrived. He gets 3 probe kills. Meanwhile, across the map, the Dragoon does need the shuttle to actually get past the mineral wall, so the shuttle is required. But I believe QuanTa does not see this.
And he does not. He's throwing down He's throwing down a missile turret in case it's early DTs or anything like that, but that's not really what you need right now.
Yeah, the Dragoons have arrived. Tank volley is going to be going off. Boys are being pulled as well. And so far, QuanTa, he's holding his own. The Dragoons take a lot of hits, a lot of damage.
Yeah, Dragoons, they are tankier than Stalkers, but unfortunately they don't have Guardian Shell the same way an Immortal does. So, as it turns out, one Siege Tank. I was skeptical, but one Siege Tank, provided you have a good enough position for it, is going to be enough to defend against Dragoons. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, two Cloaked Banshees, absolutely wreaking havoc over here. We do not have an Observer yet.
Yeah, oh my god, 9 workers. He wants the Reaver! The Reaver is under fire. The Reaver goes down. Massive pickoff here for QuanTa across the map. Dragoons are also getting damaged. SCVs are falling. Probes are falling, but more importantly, 2 Reavers just got sniped by the Banshees.
Yeah, all in all, this is a much more expensive loss for Classic, especially, as we're reminded, StarCraft 2 Terran, you got Mules. 7 SCVs go down, that doesn't matter. That's more SCVs than I make.
There you go.
It's Mules, you're just that good.
Mules are insane. 20 probe kills as the Banshees, they continue to harass. A third Banshee has arrived here at the natural location. Finally, the first 2 Banshees do go down, but there's still more where that came from, and probes are still falling. Mining is still being denied. Classic is stuck on a 1 base economy, and they lost every single Reaver.
Yeah, worker counts are just about comparable, but that doesn't tell the full story here, as that's 5 Mules that QuanTa currently has mining, so that really pushes him over the edge here. Yeah,
again, he has the Mules ready. He's securing himself here on 2 bases. He doesn't have enough to move out and kill his opponent, but he has crippled a Classic, and the pressure is on Classic here to bounce back in some way. Again, his entire build was building up towards eventual Reavers, but that didn't really come into fruition here. Instead, he's working towards charge shots instead. Or speedlots.
Leg boys.
Yeah, leg boys.
Yeah. Bodybuilders.
Power walkers.
Power walkers. Retirement. Oh. Community.
Oh god. Those are the vanilla zealots. Yeah. Without
True
legs. Without legs. Yeah.
What do they get promoted to when they do get legs?
That's the question.
We need to see them in action first. I think
we do. Remember, they hunch over. Remember, they have they use their body weight.
True.
To their actually body, just they don't Naruto
they understand
run
physics.
Yeah. Exactly. Shaking my head.
Shaking my head. Young zealots.
Oh my god, it's the juggler here. Classic's chasing down that Banshee towards the bottom left. He will get it. The Banshee finally goes down. Still gets 5 probe kills, and there's still more Banshees out on the map just wreaking havoc here, taking down pylons. At least Classic is somewhat recovering, but as you mentioned before, even though Classic has a comparable worker count, his army is lacking. His army has been suffering from those earlier losses.
Yeah, hasn't really been able to stake out too many expansions here. I mean, he's on 3 bases, which is nice, but he's going to need more to start sustaining this very expensive Protoss army, especially when we start getting some of these, especially when we get the old the Zealots and
oh yeah. Exactly, the Zealots are soon going to be amassing here. Meanwhile, we do have a shuttle moving out towards the north. There is a Reaver inside it. 1 Reaver, 1 Dragoon in that shuttle. And we'll see what economic damage Classic can get done. All it takes is a couple of solid Reaver connections, and he can recover here. Reavers have a lot of potential for probe kills, for SCV kills.
Yeah, and if the Reaver doesn't do it, that's why we have the 1 Dragoon to just clean things up. Missile turret, though, perfect position.
Oh my god.
We'll be able to just barely not take out the shuttle, and so everything lands. We already have a Marauder, though.
Yeah, the Marauders
are here.
Very
quick pull away from QuanTa.
Oh my god, and again, the pickup migrator, the pickup range of the shuttle is actually smaller than that of the Warp Prism, and the Reaver goes down. 5 SCV kills is good, but that was still a brutal loss for Classic.
Yeah, there's really no way for this shuttle to leave now without dying. I mean, no recall available, right, for Root War Protoss, so it's gonna have to take a couple of hits if it wants to escape, or it could just die to the Marines who are on the other side of the map. Tanks and Marauders going to be sieging up right outside the main base of Classic.
Yeah, exactly. The main base, or the natural base at least, is going to be going down. That's going to be a kill on the expansion. Fun fact, QuanTa can actually push into the main because he has no Medivacs. He can't get past the mineral wall. Oh, he could mule.
Oh, he can mule him down, yeah.
Yeah, he could
Mules are pretty good.
They're crazy, mate. It's crazy. So, he
You know what?
Mhm.
I'm willing to give up lockdown. I'm willing to give up irradiate. I'm willing to give it
Whoa.
all up.
Whoa.
Just for mules.
Just for me. True.
Just for mules.
Meanwhile, towards the top side, we do have the speedy boy. Oh my god, they're speeding. The Zealots and the Dragoons are making their way here towards that natural.
They're synchronized.
They are. Jesus.
Put.
Their legs move so fast.
Ah. They're power walking, but faster.
They are. They're running.
Is that what you call it?
Like, it's crazy. They're power walking, but they're faster than that. It's crazy. True. What do they call that?
Boys have been pulled, but boys are only here to mine. What do they call that? It's like Naruto running, but without your arms back.
Like jogging? Yeah, jogging?
Joggy?
Jogging. Oh, the Reaver! Jesus. So you get a Reaver drop into the main?
Reaver. Yeah, we'll get quite a number of SCVs, but yeah, that feels like a drop in the bucket compared to this entire Terran army right in the face of Classic. Do we have Storm?
Yeah.
Big research yet? We do already have Storm, and we have quite a number of High Templar.
Now, honestly, with a couple of well-placed Storms, Classic can defend. At the same time, Reavers, they get 11 SCVs across the map, but Workers are going down. QuanTa's economy is being impacted. Storm is coming in! Up!
Show us the Storms! Is it a different hockey?
My god. Jesus.
Massive Storms gonna be blanketing these tanks. Actually taking the tanks out? You don't see that every day from Storms.
The tanks went
Although
down.
I guess we did have some Dragoon support.
Yeah, that was good, but I made Brood War Storm hits a little bit different. It's
True.
Oh my god, so massive egos. Meanwhile, we still have more. The Banshee production's continuing, by the way. It's been going on this entire time.
It's right outside this base.
It is. Oh no. As the Banshees, they do wreak havoc here, denying the kind of mining at the third. QuanTa did lose 11 plus SCVs, but he's still on a solid economy. He's on 4 bases. He can still reinforce. This mineral wall is still a problem, though. He still cannot get in. He still cannot get through.
Well, if you got a couple of mules.
I mean, even then, Classic is there to focus on the mules. He's ready.
True. Mules are good, but not immortal, unfortunately. They should be, but they're not.
They should be, as QuanTa is going for a Doom Drop instead. He picks up, and finally he can be active. Finally, he can be a little bit more assertive here as he does rotate over towards the top side. There's also Dragoons here in position, but there's not that many, and QuanTa, can he unload in time? He's going for that Templar.
And High Templar will die before it can really get anything done here. Classic just... It's not so much that he was out of position, so much as that he just doesn't have enough of anything right now.
Exactly, the army's just lacking, and we do see QuanTa. He stims and he wins. He does focus on the Dragoons one after the other. Cannon goes down as well. GG gets called, and QuanTa takes game number 1.
GG. Very nicely done here from QuanTa. Once again, showing us the power of the mules. But also, more importantly, showing us the power of understanding the map. I mean, we talked about it last night with Kiwion, how he was really able to make use of Troy to the best of... Make use of the special features of Troy to the best of his advantage, and we see it again here with QuanTa. It's making use of the higher terrain, of the mineral walls, of just all the unique features of the map to his advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that proxy location as well, to be able to go for the proxy starport and to hide it as well. Not just hide it, but also have just a really interesting approach to the game as well. I mean, you spoke about it. Multi-Hole is very unique, and it is one of those maps where you have to try to take advantage, or that you have to be more experienced in to recognize those features, recognize the strengths and weaknesses of Multi-Hole.
Yeah. And understand what works and what doesn't. And as we could clearly see, yeah, those drops coming in from Classic didn't quite work out, but the Banshees, the proxy Banshees, worked out beautifully.
Oh, yeah. It did work out beautifully there as we are now getting ready for game number 2. Now the roles have been reversed. We have Classic rocking SE2 Protoss and QuanTa rocking Brood War Terran.
Wait, you can see that?
Oh, yeah.
It just shows me the SE2 symbols for some reason.
Yeah. When I selected the replay, it shows the little logo.
Ah,
Before
so
the lobby.
It's not in the lobby
Yeah,
itself. Yeah. Ah.
Okay.
There we go. It's another one of those things that you would have assumed they'd fixed by now. I remember there was a bug back in the day where random just showed up as Protoss for some reason.
Yeah. It's really cool.
But regardless, we're going to be continuing our series now on Whispers of Gold. Over here in the bottom. It's a bad type of both of us. Jan, in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spotting all the way. In the bottom right, we have our blue Brood War Terran player now, coming out from the land of Korea. He's going to be representing his clan, NWCE, as well as his team, Streamer Zone. Oh, we have QuanTa.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the SE2 Protoss player from South Korea representing Twisted Minds. It is a Classic. And before I get ahead of myself, it happened in the last series. I don't apologize for not pointing it out, but a shout out to HippieT420. Thank you so much for subscribing for the first time. Thank you, Papi. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy the SE Evo, the casting, and the chaos that does ensue here on the CranKy Ducklings. Thank you.
Yeah, much obliged over here, HippieT? So what you said?
Is it Hippiet or is it HippieT?
HippieT? Hip, thank you very much, Hip, for that sub. Glad to have a couple of new faces come down here. And as always, quack.
Quack.
It was just one month, it's just one. So we don't have to keep going, yeah.
We don't. But we do see once again QuanTa is going for a 3 racks opener. Meanwhile, Classic setting up for a proxy.
He's out for revenge.
He is.
He's mad about the proxy banshee, especially since he only got eyes on it towards the end of that game as well. You can tell Classic, he's angry, but we'll see if that anger is going to be enough to really allow him to overwhelm the earlier 3 racks coming out here from QuanTa. QuanTa actually being a little bit more defensive this time, grabbing a bunker.
Yeah, earlier bunker, which makes sense to be ready here for early Adept Harass, for example. So he's just securing himself. We do see that Classic is going for the proxy Robo. The SCV! QuanTa Scouts.
And yeah, QuanTa going to be very prepared from here on out.
Yeah, he's not fully aware what's going on. Now he can wall up, he can wall off, he can secure himself. He should not be moving out too prematurely this time as he's building up his bio army. Meanwhile, from the side of Classic, initially it's going to be a War Prism first, so he will have a micro potential with these early game units. Oh my god, going for
okay. Yeah, I was fully expecting an Immortal drop coming out here from Classic, but no Disruptor potentially. I mean, he really wants revenge from those Reaver drops.
This should be this should be Colossus, right? It should be Colossus. If it's Disruptor, that is crazy. We'll see though as he does drop into the main.
Yeah, Colossus makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more reliable, and you know, since this is Brood War Terran, you're not gonna have to worry about Marauders early on or Cyclones or anything like that. Especially with the 3 racks, it's pretty much only gonna be Marine. I almost said Marine Marauder. Marine Medic.
I mean,
and even Fire Bats. I mean, they're not as tanky as Marauders.
Yeah, I mean, we already have a really different dynamic here. One, Sim is already done. Like, Sim finishes so quickly here with the Academy already completing. But more importantly, as we just saw, Classic, he tried to do some micro against the Marines to pick them off, and usually he could against SE2 Terran, but because there are already medics here, and usually there would not be medics, so there would not be healing support in this stage of the game in SE2, it means that the Marines, none of them go down. They stand strong.
Yeah, they're all alive. They're not weakened. QuanTa doesn't have to pull back or risk losing them at all.
Oh my god. Yeah, exactly.
Stim starts stepping forward.
Yeah, Stim is done. We do have optic flare being researched as well for the medics. And
yeah, that's really gonna do a lot.
Oh my god.
As the Warp Prism immediately gets sniped. No more juggling potential here from the Colossus. Nice force field, but even better split coming out here from QuanTa. The flare.
The flare goes off. Stalkers are going down now. The flare that does reduce the vision of the Colossus to 1, by the way. The Marines, they do Stim on 4. They shut it down. Colossus does fall. And the Stalkers, they try to hold their own, but the bunker is still standing.
Yeah, medics healing each other. You'll love to see that, and yeah, this proxy has not worked out at all for Classic. Killed a couple of SCVs, which is nice.
eBay blocked across the map.
Yeah, and he can lift that eBay.
He can lift. It's crazy.
You'll love to see it.
As from here, Classic, I mean, he lost so much. He lost the Prism, lost the Colossus, lost momentum. He's going to try and drop up into the main, but Lassie Army is somewhat ready for this. Not too many Marines, but they do stim in. Only 3 Marines, though.
Yeah, and honestly, with only 3 Marines, you can 2-shot this, even with medic support. Now, Classic has enough Stalkers here to start one-shotting Marines.
Yeah, exactly. He does target firing. The SCVs do a lot of damage. The Prism takes a lot of hits, but it does barely survive. But it abandons the Stalkers.
And with that abandonment, it does mean that the SCVs are able to get a full surround and are able to chase this back, kill a lot of Stalkers. Now we're about to have tanks out, and that should just about be the end of Classic's harass. I say that as he's committed to continuing to warp in.
I mean, yeah, he can't expand. I mean, what can he do?
Well, I mean, he could.
True, he could expand.
He just can't expand there.
Yeah, could go for the unnatural natural. Now, what I will say is that QuanTa is close to securely defending, but he needs siege mode. Siege mode is still being researched. Without it, this tank is not as effective as it otherwise could be. Boys, after you pulled once again, the Stalkers are trading well. They do get an SCV, but the turret is on the way, and siege mode is now done.
Yeah, some great juggling coming out here from Classic. Can do it a little bit easier when you don't have the decreased range of the shuttle.
Yeah, exactly. As the army does push forward, the tanks will siege, and QuanTa's that much more secure. A massive tank blow is going to be going off, and the Prism cannot go in. It's so close to going down.
Indeed, it is. This one Colossus just wants to go up. It was trying to get on high ground, but that isn't the location that you can climb, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, he does hit the low ground though. Tank out of position, bunker under fire. Oh, the Prism goes down!
And with that, GG is called. QuanTa with a super solid defense. Gonna take that series decisively, 2-0. Gonna be our first player to advance to the playoffs. Whew, solid.
GG, well played here. QuanTa looking strong, looking dominant here in the group stage. Unfortunately, we did not see lockdowns. We did not get to embrace the mid-game of TVP, but true, we did not even need them. Very fun build over on Monty Hall, taking advantage of the map and making use of his knowledge of the map as well. And here in game 2, able to have a strong defense as well. It was important though that he was able to scout, right? He was able to scout, able to confirm what was going on, and then able to respond in kind. And again, we saw that, yeah, it was really cool to see even some spells that we don't often get to experience in this kind of matchup. You know, like the optic flare was researched. We saw
flashbang.
Yeah, the flashbang basically didn't really do add much because, you know, there were Stalkers to support the Colossus anyway. But, you know, it was nice to see.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a cherry on top coming into to really secure the victory over here for QuanTa. That was a very solid display, of understanding of SE Evo coming out from him. Coming into this bracket, lights, or coming into this match specifically, I would have said that I would have rated QuanTa a little bit higher than Classic when it comes to SE Evo.
Yep.
A little bit higher, but because I rate Classic so much higher than QuanTa when it comes to StarCraft 2,
true,
I felt that would have given Classic the edge here, and I was fully expecting Classic to be the one to come out ahead in a full series. Let's be clear. I was fully expecting a full 3-game best of 3 coming out here, but with Classic coming out on top, QuanTa though, he proves me wrong, and he proves that either that additional experience in SE Evo is more valuable than the experience in StarCraft 2, or he shows that he is just way higher than than I initially placed him in my mind when it comes to SE Evo.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. Like, especially going into this, I mean, I said it right. How Classic is one of the few top SE2 players that has embraced StarCraft Evolution. So I was even saying that I feel like Shin and Classic would be the top 2 players in the tournament to face off in the finals. But QuanTa, he popped off. Very impressive stuff here out of QuanTa. I do think that it is very fortunate in a sense that QuanTa was able to roll SE2, but also roll SE2 on his map of choice, right? On Monty Hall, you know, a more specialized map, I should say. And in the game where Classic embraced SE2, I mean, he went for a crazy one base all in, which you do not often see. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence.
Especially not from Classic, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of overconfidence there by Classic. Maybe he just assumed that he could roll over QuanTa with the Proxy Colossus, but yeah, just really, really nice clinical defense there by QuanTa by getting into his bio, getting into his medics, of course, at the time as well. And yeah, just really impressive defense. GG.
Yeah, GG. Very nicely done. And so with that, Classic now going to be relegated to the decider match. Yeah, the decider match. Waiting for an opponent, whether it's going to be Wayne or whether it's going to be Rumiev. A little bit of a ZBZ going to be going on over there.
Yeah.
As QuanTa, he can rest assured he's already secured his spot.
Exactly. I just switched our scenes over here to the bracket scene, and we do see the Classic go knocked down to the decider match. As you mentioned, QuanTa, he is out in first place. Again, like I assumed that if QuanTa was going to get out, it was going to be in second place, but no, he proves us all wrong. First place instead. And now up next, after the break, we will have a ZVZ between Wayne and Rumia.
Yeah, quick 5-minute break here. Take this time to really make the use of it, you know, drain your disruptors, rev up your reavers.
Yeah.
What else did we come up with? Stretch your roaches and scrub your scourges.
Yeah, scrub them down.
Remember to marinate your marauders, but also to Volvo your vultures.
What'd you say? It was sprinkle your
science vessels.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Was it garnish your Goliaths?
Garnish your Goliaths.
I like that one. Let's go. So we're gonna, as you said, we're gonna be going on a short break. We'll be back soon in a couple of minutes.
We'll see you then.